Did you know there's a small country tucked between the two giants of India and China? Yet it holds 8 of the world's 10 tallest mountains, including the legendary Mount Everest, a place where just lifting your eyes to the horizon reveals peaks that touch the sky. This is also a land where ancient legends aren't just written in books, but live on in daily life, from the chants echoing through the Kathmandu Valley to the tiny villages scattered across the snow-covered Himalayas. And the most surprising part: to live here, you don't need to be a millionaire. The cost of living is so low, many people can hardly believe it. Today, we'll uncover 15 shocking facts about Nepal, a country known as the roof of the world. If you've ever dreamed of standing in the Himalayas, watch until the end. And don't forget to comment with the number of the fact that impressed you the most. Number 1. The roof of the world. Nepal may only cover about 147,000 square kilometers, roughly the size of New York State in the US. But don't let its size fool you. This tiny nation cradles 8 of the world's 10 tallest mountains, including the legendary Mount Everest, at 8,849 meters, along with Lhotse Makalu, and so many more. With over 75% of the land covered in mountains, travel here is never easy. Roads twist along cliffs, villages cling to steep slopes, and getting from one valley to another can take hours. But it is this very hardship that has created some of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. Vistas that make you feel both small and infinite at the same time. At its heart lies the Kathmandu Valley, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here, ancient Buddhist stupas and Hindu temples rise proudly, their golden spires shimmering against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks. This is Nepal, a country where nature and spirituality meet, and where the mountains themselves seem to whisper stories older than time. Number 2. A land never colonized. Unlike many of its neighbors that fell under the grip of foreign empires, Nepal stands as a rare exception. Even when the mighty British Empire ruled all of India with armies stretching across the subcontinent, in Nepal, they stopped short. Instead of conquest, they signed simple trade treaties, never managing to place chains of domination on this mountain kingdom. Because of this, Nepal has preserved its religious and cultural identity almost untouched for centuries. The temples, stupas, and colorful festivals you see today are echoes of an ancient spirit carried forward as if time itself could never erode them. But there is another side to this independence. Without the push of Western-style modernization, many regions remain poor. Infrastructure lags far behind, and countless communities still live in hardship. Nepal, a nation that proudly boasts of freedom, never broken, yet quietly carries the burden of the challenges born from that very isolation. Number 3. Religion and taboos. Nepal is not only a land of towering mountains, but also a sacred land of faith. 80% of its people follow Hinduism, about 10% follow Buddhism, and it was here in Lumbini that Lord Buddha was born more than 2,500 years ago. In daily life, there are unwritten rules every visitor must remember. Never touch a child's head, for it is believed to be the seat of the soul. Never hand something with your left hand, as it is seen as disrespectful. Never wear shoes inside temples, for those grounds belong to absolute purity. And there is an even stricter law: extramarital relations can lead to prison, and even showing affection in public is considered improper. In Nepal, every small gesture carries spiritual weight. Show respect, and you'll feel the calm, gentle rhythm of a society where religion flows through daily life like the mountain rivers. Number 4. Women of Nepal and marriage. The most familiar image in Nepal is of women dressed in colorful saris, or the traditional kurta suruwal, graceful, modest, and deeply rooted in culture. Whether walking through the streets of Kathmandu or along rugged mountain paths, their beauty feels simple yet captivating. In matters of love, the tradition of arranged marriage still prevails, especially in rural areas. Yet in major cities, the younger generation is slowly breaking free, yearning for relationships built on choice and freedom. But a sobering truth remains: nearly 40% of Nepalese women are married before the age of 18. Many young girls are forced to abandon school, stepping into roles of wife and mother far too soon. To protect women, the Nepalese government has imposed strict regulations on marriages with foreigners, aiming to stop human trafficking networks that once lured women and girls into sham unions, sending them to India or the Middle East. Nepal, a land where the beauty of women shines in quiet tradition, yet where the struggle for equality and freedom in marriage is still very real. Number 5. History of war and the spirit of courage. Though small in size, Nepal has long been renowned for its fearless warriors. The Gurkhas, Nepal's elite fighters, are respected worldwide, carrying the immortal motto, "Better to die than live a coward." These soldiers have served in the British and Indian armies and are considered among the most formidable forces in the world. Nepal's history is etched with resistance against the Mughal Empire and other foreign powers. Even in poverty, the people stood firm to protect their sovereignty. In every village, stories are still told of young men leaving home for the battlefield, and of mothers sewing uniforms or preparing meals to send to their sons at the front. Nepal, a nation where courage has become a legacy. A people poor in wealth but rich in pride, commanding the respect of the world. Number 6. Earthquakes and poverty. Nepal lies directly on the Himalayan earthquake belt, and the scars of this are unforgettable. In 2015, a massive 7.8 magnitude quake shook the nation, killing over 9,000 people and reducing hundreds of thousands of homes to rubble. That wound has yet to truly heal. Economically, Nepal remains fragile. With a GDP of only about $40 billion and an average income of just $1,400 per year, more than 20% of the population still lives below the poverty line, struggling daily to survive. For visitors, the contrast is striking. On one side, majestic temples and ancient stupas gleaming in the sunlight. On the other, impoverished villages, fragile huts, and barefoot children playing in the dust. Nepal, a nation resilient in the face of disaster, yet still burdened by poverty, where hardship and hope walk side by side. Number 7. Food and cuisine. If you ask a Nepali what they eat every day, the answer will almost always be dal bhat, steamed rice served with lentils, vegetables, and curry. It's more than just a meal. It's a rhythm of life, a tradition repeated twice a day in nearly every household. On the bustling streets of Kathmandu or Pokhara, you'll easily find steaming plates of momo dumplings filled with meat or vegetables. Affordable, delicious, and comforting. They are the soul of Nepal's street food culture. Locals also love their masala chai, a spiced milk tea infused with cardamom, ginger, and cinnamon, preferred far more than coffee. In the high mountain regions, you may even try yak meat with its rich flavor, or sekua, smoky grilled goat meat. What surprises most visitors is the price. A street meal costs only $1 while a full restaurant meal might be just $3 Nepalese cuisine is not only about flavor, it's a warm invitation welcoming every traveler to taste the heart of this country. Number 8. Unique festivals. To truly understand Nepal, you must witness its festivals when the entire country seems to put on its brightest colors. Dashain, held in September and October, is the largest celebration, lasting 15 full days in honor of the goddess Durga. Families gather, offer prayers, and receive the red tika mark on their foreheads as a blessing of protection and prosperity. Then comes Tihar, the Festival of Lights, a 5-day celebration unlike any other. Each day is dedicated to honoring a different creature, from crows to dogs to cows. animals seen as vital companions of daily life. Oil lamps and marigold garlands illuminate the streets, turning Nepal into a glowing, golden wonderland. And of course, there is Holi, the festival of colors, when handfuls of bright powder fill the air, painting every face and street with laughter and joy. For one day, barriers vanish, and the country becomes a living canvas. These festivals are not just celebrations, they embody Nepal's deeply rooted polytheistic beliefs and its powerful sense of community, where people, faith, and nature blend into one. Number 9. The living goddess tradition. Among the many unique cultures of the world, only Nepal preserves a tradition so extraordinary it borders on the mystical, the Kumari, the living goddess. Little girls, usually between 3 and 5 years old, are carefully chosen based on strict criteria, their features, character, and even spiritual signs. Once selected, they leave their families to live in an ancient palace in Kathmandu, worshipped as the living embodiment of the goddess Teleju. Crowds line up for just a single glance, a blink of the Kumari's eyes, believed to be a blessing that can protect one's life. Yet as soon as these girls reach puberty, their divinity fades, and they return to ordinary life, carrying with them memories of a childhood suspended between the sacred and the human. This tradition is both a cultural pride and a source of deep controversy. Where is the line between faith and the rights of a child? It is a question Nepal continues to wrestle with to this very day. Number 10. Nature and wildlife. When people think of Nepal, they often picture only the towering Himalayas, but this small nation is also a paradise of wildlife. In the south lies Chitwan National Park, home to the majestic Bengal tiger and the rare one-horned rhinoceros roaming freely in their natural habitat. Beyond that stretches the fertile Tarai region, with dense jungles and lush plains, where every step feels like entering a primeval world. Scientists call Nepal a biodiversity hotspot, boasting over 650 species of butterflies and nearly 900 species of birds, more than the entire continent of Europe. Here you discover that Nepal is not only the roof of the mountains, but also the home of countless creatures, a natural treasure the world must protect. Number 11. Nightlife in Nepal. When night falls over Kathmandu or Pokhara, Nepal reveals a different rhythm, gentle and peaceful, rather than loud and chaotic, like Bangkok or Bali. In Kathmandu, cozy bars, small pubs, and live music venues create intimate spaces where locals and travelers gather to share the night. Meanwhile, in Pokhara, along the calm waters of Lake Fiwa, lantern lights reflect on the surface as tea shops and night stalls become popular meeting places for laughter, conversation, and mountain serenity. Still, visitors should note most bars close early around 11 p.m., and local police patrol diligently to maintain order. Nightlife in Nepal is not about chasing noise and excess. It is about slowing down, enjoying friendliness and simplicity, and experiencing a night that feels rare and unforgettable in Asia. Number 12. Famous tourist destinations. Nepal is not only a dream for adventurers, but for anyone longing to touch the raw beauty of the earth. The Everest Base Camp trek is every trekker's fantasy, each step bringing you closer to the roof of the world, surrounded by endless snow-capped peaks. To the west lies Pokhara, a watercolor-like city on the shores of Lake Fiwa, mirroring the grandeur of the Annapurna Range. It is also a paradise for those who love paragliding, trekking, or simply finding peace in yoga retreats. Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha, offers a sacred, tranquil atmosphere, a pilgrimage site that millions of Buddhists around the world dream of visiting. And then there are the ancient cities of Bhaktapur and Patan, where the stunning Durbar squares with their intricate carvings transport you back into the Nepal of centuries past. Traveling through Nepal isn't just about sightseeing, it's a journey where you touch nature history and even your own soul. Number 13. Mysteries and spirituality. Nepal is not only a land of mountains and temples, it is also a realm of legends and mysteries still unsolved. High in the icy Himalayas, people still whisper tales of the Yeti, the abominable snowman, with giant footprints stamped into the snow, fueling curiosity and debate around the world for decades. In the ancient Mustang region, caves carved into sheer cliffs guard thousands of handwritten Buddhist scriptures, some hundreds of years old. A priceless spiritual treasure that scholars are only beginning to uncover. And in remote monasteries, Tibetan Buddhist monks still practice a mystical form of meditation known as tummo, generating inner heat strong enough to sit calmly in freezing snow without succumbing to the cold. Nepal, a place where the line between reality and myth blurs, leaving visitors with a sense of awe and sacred wonder as if they were walking between two worlds. Number 14. Cost of living. Nepal doesn't just captivate with its majestic mountains and cultural treasures, it also surprises with an incredibly low cost of living, something that astonishes both travelers and long-term residents. In the capital Kathmandu, you can rent a one-bedroom apartment for only $150 or $300 per month. Food expenses are equally affordable, $120, $200 a month, if you enjoy simple meals or dive into the street food culture. Getting around is remarkably cheap, just 30 cents for a bus ride, and taxis within the city cost only $2–3. Even stable internet here comes at around $15 per month. Add it all together, and one person can live comfortably on $500 and $700 per month, a figure almost unthinkable compared to many other countries. That's why Nepal is not just a place to explore, it's a promised land for those seeking a simple, peaceful, and affordable life. Number 15. Travel tips and safety. Nepal is a land of extraordinary experiences, but to make your journey complete, preparation is essential. Healthcare here is limited, so a solid travel insurance plan is something you cannot overlook. In the high mountain regions, phone signals nearly vanish, leaving you in moments of absolute silence. Travelers should carry cash, as cards are rarely accepted, especially in rural areas. And if you plan to conquer the Himalayas, remember that altitude sickness, AMS, is the greatest risk. It can strike anyone, no matter how strong or healthy. But don't let this worry overshadow your adventure. The people of Nepal are renowned for their kindness and hospitality. As long as you respect their faith and traditions, you'll be greeted with warm smiles and genuine handshakes. Nepal teaches you that safety isn't only found in preparation, it's also found in the human connections you build along the way. Nepal, a small country that contains an entire world. From the majestic Himalayas that touch the sky, to the sacred temples echoing with ancient chants, from humble yet flavorful cuisine to vibrant festivals bursting with color. Nepal is at once familiar and mysterious. Yet behind this beauty lies struggle, poverty, natural disasters, and scars of the past that remain unhealed. Nepal is both strong and fragile, much like the towering mountains that guard it. Out of these 15 facts, which one impressed you the most? Leave the number in the comments below, and let's share together. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next journey as we continue to explore lands filled with the world's most extraordinary stories.